corner. Go ahead, lean on that blue. You on it, oh, what a feeling.
That's Jay-Z rapping about owning Jean-Michel Basquiat's painting, Charles I. He's also reported to have purchased the painting Mecca 8 years ago for $4.5 million. A bargain when you consider that earlier this year, one of Basquiat's paintings sold for $93 million at Christie's, another for $51 million at Sotheby's. Outside of the auction houses, Basquiat's legacy is also being celebrated on multiple fronts, including his role in the early hip-hop movement. This is the music video that unexpectedly helped launch hip-hop culture into the mainstream. Featuring Blondie's Debbie Harry rapping to Jean-Michel Basquiat. Continuing past other graffiti artists like Lee Quinones. He would use his spray paint to return the favor.
So this piece right here was done on 2 aluminum panels. I told everybody to leave the room, including Jean. I said, get out. And I painted in about 5 hours.
It's gorgeous.
And that was like a way of saying, listen, guys, this is bigger than us. You know, we can bring it to a whole other level.
The painting is part of the exhibition Writing the Future, Basquiat and the Hip-Hop Generation at the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston.
So early hip-hop culture was a multidisciplinary art form that consisted of rapping,
Attention everyone, my name is Mighty T.
DJing, breakdancing, and then the visual art arm of it was graffiti.
Liz Munsell is the co-curator.
This was a time that was transformative, and all of these artists, Basquiat included, were the pioneers of contemporary streetwear as we know it today.
I'm awed at the detail. This is Jean-Michel Basquiat's 1985 portrait of his friend, graffiti artist A1.
So the sneakers alone are just so fantastic, and the trench coat, the beanie, he's just exuding style.
The exhibition pays tribute to post-graffiti art when Basquiat and his contemporaries
This is a 13-foot canvas.
use their spray paint on canvas instead of city walls or subways.
It is a multi-part drawing that basically depicts the history of subway graffiti. It's pretty epic. All these artists, were really battling against being framed as delinquents, as vandals, for deciding to work on the trains.
The exhibition also places the graffiti writers at the center of rap music's origins.
You're saying to yourself, what can I do?
So this is Beat Bop,
Might as well quit school.
a track that Basquiat produces in 1983. It effectively becomes one of the most important tracks in early hip-hop history.
Munsell attributes Basquiat's artistic break with his casting in the movie Downtown 81,
I've made my mark in the world, and it's made its mark on me.
which gave the young artist access to canvas, supplies, and his own studio.
It's an absolute centerpiece of the show.
Pieces like Hollywood Africans would help turn Basquiat into the figurehead of the hip-hop artists.
This painting is paying homage to Hattie McDaniels, who was the first African-American to win an Academy Award for her role in Gone with the Wind. He really invented a vocabulary all of his own through choices like gangsterism as well as heroism. He's talking about these dualities, and he's talking about the role of the gangster that he's playing out in the West Coast art world.
Today, Basquiat is a conquering hero of the art world, cemented in 2017 when this untitled work sold for an astonishing $110 million, prompting one dealer to claim, quote, he's now in the same league as Francis Bacon and Pablo Picasso. Basquiat would be 60, but died at age 27. He's buried in Greenwood Cemetery in his native Brooklyn. It's just a few miles down the road from Barclays Center, where at various times this past season, the NBA's Brooklyn Nets sported uniforms and a court inspired by Basquiat.
Yeah, he was a very impactful artist.
We had a chance to talk to the Nets' Kevin Durant about it.
A lot of guys said they want to try a white jersey next year, the Basquiat jersey. So it's a part of who we are. Artists like that really are in our DNA as a team and as an organization and as a city.
Had you known him before?
Yeah, for sure. Knew his story, try to look for some of his art. It's hard to get, but it's good that we can represent him in some way and have our own little art piece on our jerseys as well.
The Nets also took the concept off the court, partnering with the Department of Education to develop a Basquiat-focused art curriculum for 1,400 middle and high school students in Brooklyn.
Are you surprised at how your students responded to this?
I am.
Art teacher Tina Stevens helped 11th grader Ricky Molina with his design for this tote bag.
Cut it up, we kind of stitched everything, and then a lot of pictures that I took because I am a photographer. So like my name, it's like RXKY, it's all over the place, everybody says it.
Has it changed how you think of yourself as an artist now?
Yes. The beginning of the school year, I was really going through like a phase of depression because of school and everything. Even though there's dark spaces on this, there's still light here and there. A lot of people go through struggles that think that they can't come out of, but everybody can come out of that struggle.
You guys met in person for the first time today.
Yeah.
Middle schooler Vera Montiel worked remotely with her teacher, James Haggerty.
You like it? This one is called Hollywood Africans. This is an artist who has a lot of depth. He has a lot of symbols in his work, and I felt as if he really had something to say, and I wanted the students to enjoy it.
All of this is basically my identity.
Vera's work features her love of singing, her family and its Ecuadorian heritage, and social justice.
Would you have put social justice in a piece of art before learning about Basquiat?
Definitely not. I did not see that as art. But learning about it and how he was, he would always talk about that through his art, that made me rethink that, no, this does mean art. This is art. I can put it in my work.
It makes art even more powerful.
Yes.
Artists like Basquiat and Lee Quinones didn't have access to that kind of education in school, which once upon a time forced them and their groundbreaking peers underground.
Most of us ran in the shadows because we had to.
But not anymore.
It's amazing to be in a museum and see the work just the way we wanted it to be.
The exhibition in Boston runs through July 25th, and the artwork of about 150 students will be on public display at Barclays Center August 8th and 9th. That program was funded by the Joe and Clara Sy Foundation, part of the Team Owners Social Justice Fund. I have to say, first of all, the artwork is amazing in Boston. It's incredible to see in person. But those young children, the kids, the teenagers, to hear them just be ignited and enjoying art and seeing themselves and that they can be artists in a different way. You have to find what inspires you, and this really spoke to them.
And understanding that any expression of yourself can be art.
Exactly.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Such an arc. You did a great job.
Great job.
Great job.
All right.